Happy Wednesday. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. I sound like I'm going to start like, welcome to this week's edition of Meet the Maker. Why haven't I been saying that for 18 months? Why have I only just now, nearly at Christmas 21, decided to introduce welcome to this week's edition of Meet the Maker? Sounds well more formal, like the generation game and stuff, like dead posh. Hello, how are we? I am streaming live in lots and lots of places. As usual, my name is Kate Carney. If we haven't met before, we have. I'm just going to say it now. I don't think there's anybody now that goes, who is that woman talking to me all the time live? Hello, how are we? So tonight we have a special guest with us, obviously. You don't want me for half an hour. Tonight we are talking to Simone from the Fabulous Drinks Company. I dare you, ask her what the quality is like of her products. I think the answer is in the title. And I've drank it. So the answer is yes. If you are joining us for a little cheeky gin and tonic, we're talking liqueur this evening. Oh, actually, we might talk gin as well, because there is one. I'm not a giant. It's a small bottle. Bigger ones shall come. They'll come forth. Like this one. So we're going to chat to Simone about all things liqueur, where they come from, Madeira. I'm going to even ask her where Madeira is, because I'm the last person you want in a pub quiz. In fact, let's start that question. Let's ask it. Where is Madeira?
So Madeira belongs to Portugal.
Nice.
And is off of the North African coast by the Azores. So it's actually quite north of Portugal. According to my business partner, the Portuguese were great sailors and were off around the world. So that is where Madeira is.
I'm pleased with that, because if I was to ask that in a pub quiz, I think, like on a little map, someone gave me a little map, I think I'd pick around there.
If you've got Africa, it's actually quite a long way south. So it's about a 4-hour flight there from London. So yes, but it belongs to Portugal.
Belongs to Portugal. Yeah, I think with my Sharpie, I would do a circle as to where it is, but that circle would be quite big. And all of Spain, Portugal, and Africa. Oh, it's around there somewhere. Right. Hello, lovely. Tell us.
Hello.
Please. Hello. Nice to see you. Tell us about Fabulous Drinks Company. Whilst I do the generation game, you talk, and I'll go do.
I'm liking it. I'm of the age where I remember the generation game very well.
Is that an age thing? Yeah, it is.
I think it is.
Yeah, actually, that's quite embarrassing, isn't it? Because I don't think of it as an age thing, because I just think everybody knows, and then you realise, actually, there's a lot of people in their 20s that don't.
Yeah, who go, what on earth are you talking about? Anywho, back to Madeira. So, my business partner, there's two of us, we're both founders of the company, is from Santa Cruz in Madeira originally, and his family is still in Santa Cruz in Madeira. So they're all called Marcelino. So he's Marcelino, his father is Marcelino, his grandfather was Marcelino. And so these recipes originally came for home consumption, because years ago there wasn't things like paracetamol and ibuprofen. So going to work on the land, you had your coffee and some coffee liqueur to start off to ease those bones and get on out there. So
substitute for paracetamol. I've been taking paracetamol today, and I could have just stuck with this from last night.
Just stuck with that. So he actually lives 2 doors away from me. That's how we know each other.
Oh,
it's a really long commute to work. What can I say? And when he used to come back from visiting his family, he used to bring little bottles back of sort of homemade stuff. Right. And I said to him, how about doing this as a business in the UK? And he said to me, oh, you can't do that. And I said, leave it with me for a week. This is not my background originally. My background is sales in software and hardware. So because they're from Santa Cruz, that's why we have them under the Santa Cruz brand. And obviously from with the multiple generations of Marcelinos, as you can see on the little story.
Marcelino sons, yeah.
Yep. So we have changed them quite a bit in the respect of, so we don't use any artificial colours or flavourings in them. And that I saw last night, and I'm adamant about that. Absolutely adamant.
So when we spoke for the first time a few weeks ago, I asked you, like, I think I was very busy on the day we spoke, and I was like proper straight with you. I was like, so do you use colours? Do you use colourings and flavourings? And you were like, no. Oh my God. And I was like, oh my God, she's getting a bit angry. Like, she's getting a bit angry at me.
Honestly, I'm a lovely person, really.
Because I was like, right, yeah. And you know full well, like Sip and Chat, we see so much, and not everything makes it, despite everyone thinks it does. Not everything makes it. And so I was like, yeah, but you've got a colour portfolio thing going on your website, and there's lots of products in Sip and Chat. So when you said it, I was like, oh, tick that on my spreadsheet.
It is definitely. So, so for example, you were drinking the coffee last night. And one of the things we like to do is we like to keep our supply chain as local as possible. So we actually produce these in Bracknell in Berkshire. We are the hidden company of Bracknell in producing alcohol. We use coffee from the Workhouse coffee shop in Reading. They've got 3 coffee shops, and the chap that owns that is a real coffee buff. I mean, you wouldn't realise that coffee is a thing. So what you're actually drinking is recipe number 38.
Oh.
So we did cold brews, we did hot brews, we did different mixes of beans, and this is what we eventually decided on. So this is made by us from scratch here with proper ground coffee, and it's got some vanilla in it, and again, no vanilla essence, proper vanilla pods.
See, I like this. I used to live in Bracknell. Bracknell's not posh, but you guys are like, Berkshire's quite posh, and you guys are like the posh people, like the posh spirits people. Love the fact. I mean, can I just say the reason why I'm not drinking tonight is because I'm so heavily dosed up on ibuprofen, it's ridiculous. And I'm going to blame this. I'm going to blame this from last night and how easy this is to drink. Because
it is our biggest seller. We have done a lot of testing with it when we were doing it against other brands that are out there, and most of the time we came out top. But people thought that we were one of the really big brands, obviously, because we're obviously only little. But we make, so all of our liqueurs we make from scratch here in Bracknell. So we do everything on those. So we get our beet-based alcohol in at 96% ABV.
Yeah.
We do our process, and every process depends on the fruit, for example. So with our rhubarb one and our raspberry one, it comes from a family farm. It's mum, dad, 3 sons. I know exactly where it comes from. It's our ethos of keeping it local and working with people that we want to have a really good relationship with.
And there's a cute kind of family thing going on there, because I was forgot the name of your business partner, but him and his dad and his granddad are all called Marcelino.
Marcelino.
So the whole kind of local family thing is happening both over in Madeira and in Bracknell.
Exactly. So if I can diversify a little bit here, so I've got some show and tells. We've got a couple of very unusual ones. So we have something that's called Almera, and that's a made-up word.
Oh,
and you can see we made the word up, and you can see it's kind of a browny color. Now, this smells and tastes of almonds, like a Bakewell tart, but it contains no almonds whatsoever. So the family in Madeira take a local fruit called Nispera, which is a loquat in English, and they keep all the stones. And we put the stones in pure alcohol for about 6 months, do the rest of the process, bring it down to 20% ABV, and this is what we get. So these stones have been collected by the family in Madeira. So you will not find anything else like this in the UK.
You get the stones and you put them in a load of booze and then you sieve them. Is that and then that comes out?
Yeah. So because we're using such high grade alcohol at 96% ABV, it improves over time. and that's what we finish up with.
Why? Here's a question, Simone. Why, when I said to you, "Oh, can I have a big one of these?" Did I not say, "Can I have a big one of them as well?" The stones.
Well, I'll have to get one to you then.
I love almond. And I'm very curious. So, what's the fruit like? What happens to the fruit?
The fruit is like a little orange fruit, and it grows, I guess, a bit like blackberries do in the UK. Right. So you'll get lots and lots of trees with them on, and it's just, again, that's a family recipe. It's something totally different. You say you put stones in alcohol, and that's what eventually comes out, and that's what we end up with.
So talk to us about what happened when. Let's go back to basics.
Let's go back. Okay, so we've been going 3.5 years now. Obviously, the lovely COVID in between. As I say, my business partner lives 2 doors away. He's a little Madeiran with his family, and I've known his family since they were small children. They're all grown up now and married. And we, as I said, let's make a business out of it, and we went from there. So with all the licenses from HMRC, AWRS, insurances, and everything else, and yeah.
Is this because you? I mean, did you love him? Did you just think? Was he bringing? So he was like smuggling booze back.
And well, so in Madeira, the same as in a lot of European countries. So, like for example, Italy, they make homemade limoncello. So you can go to the pharmacy and you can buy alcohol or pure alcohol. So limoncello is made with, you take the skin of the lemons, put it in the alcohol, water, sugar. That's what makes it.
Yeah.
And it's the same in Madeira as well. Same in Portugal.
Okay. So you've got how many liqueurs? So your liqueurs all 20%?
They're all 20%. So we wanted them to be strong enough, but not too strong. So you can drink them by themselves, great chilled over ice. We've also started releasing cocktails with them in now as well, which I do need to get on the website. So you can use them in different ways. For example, I have rhubarb here. Now this looks a little bit thin at the moment. Because we use obviously natural product, you get a little bit at the bottom.
I've got a raspberry one here. Is that raspberry?
Yeah. So now it's obviously gone thicker. So we do this when the rhubarb is in season in the springtime. Once this is gone, we've got a little bit of stock left. We will not do it again until next springtime.
Yeah.
For example, I saw you drinking the ginger very classily out of the bottle last night.
Don't know what you mean. The reason why I really like the fact that it's natural. That's like really, really good. And they are not too sweet. So I'm going to obsess over the coffee for a minute because I know we've got a 20% offer on the coffee, which is awesome. Yeah. I think it's a really good balance. It's nice you've been through 38 recipes. Really good balance of the smooth and a slight sweetness with the bitterness of coffee. Like it doesn't taste sugary at all. So, when I tried the ginger last night, that's how I felt about that as well. It doesn't taste.
Yeah, one of the things we worked on was bringing, which is much sweeter in Madeira, the homemade ones. We worked on bringing the sugar content down. As low as possible. You need a certain amount of sugar to sweeten it because it's a liqueur and also for the texture of the liquid. But we've brought it down literally as low as we can now. Yeah. Because it's not supposed to be sweet.
No, it doesn't taste. And I think liqueurs get a bad reputation. My job at Sip and Share is to bring breadth of choice and all this interesting stuff. But often people, you see it in different gin groups and things, think that liqueur is really, really sweet. And what I would say is I've definitely had sugarier, made up word, more sugary liqueurs. And the ginger, I had this ginger Zing, and I think this is like, like in Starbucks, my husband buys this occasionally. They have like a ginger shot and it's really healthy. Like
oh yes, this is as healthy.
It's the Sip and Share equivalent. It's like good. I mean, I'd go as far as to say like good for your gut. I just don't think we could put that on here.
I probably wouldn't get away with that, but yeah, we make it with fresh ginger. So everything is done One other one I really wanted to talk about today, if that's okay, which we bring out for winter and for Christmas, is our limited edition. Oops, that way. Mum's Winter Warmer. Now, this actually is my business partner's mum's old recipe from Madeira. She's unfortunately no longer with us. And it contains the alcohol, some red wine, our syrup that we make ourselves, and some herbs and spices. And I call this Marmite because it is, but a lot of people say it's like a Christmas pudding in a bottle or in a glass. It's a really, you can heat it up a little bit as well if you wanted to. It's not a mulled wine. It's it's something unique.
So Mum's winter. So is that also liqueur 20%?
That is a liqueur 20%. Yeah.
So I'll take one of those. So these are all on the shop. I know, Lorne. I can always steal.
But yeah, so this we would say we do for winter, and when it's gone, it's gone. And we do all of our products in miniatures, apart from this one. This one is a full size one.
But the advantage of full size, but is that 350?
It's the 350. All of our liqueurs either are in 350 or a little 5CO babbies.
Okay.
Going the wrong way.
The downside of that is it means you should just buy two at the same time because you're just gonna drink it. I just feel that people just need to get a move on, really. I just feel quite loads of liqueurs. So you've got loads of liqueurs on your website, and I think I can feel Lorna looking at me. They're all on Sip and Share now, I think.
I think they are.
You've got a whole section, haven't you? You've got a brand section.
We do. The other thing we do, I'm not going to use this as a blatant plug. We do our gift packs.
Nice. Can you change which ones are in there, or
you can choose exactly what goes in there because everybody's different. We do one that is 4 liqueurs, and we do one which is 2 liqueurs and 2 gin.
Okay.
These are great at Christmas. We also sell our minis separately, or I'm assuming you are as well. So great for stocking fillers, table favors, anything.
And don't bother sharing. I don't know why I called it Sip and Share, to be honest, Simone, because I'm a
Don't share. Don't share.
Why would you do that? Buy your own. That's the point. Don't share. So, if those sets, you can choose which ones go in.
Yep.
Maybe we can talk after this about. I can put some comments on Sip and Share where people can put in the comment section which ones they want.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course.
Actually, come through as comments up because then you can. I think I'd probably choose like 4 Mum's winter ones. Oh no, that's not a mini, is it?
No, you can't have those in the little ones.
I'll buy a big one. That's fine. So most people start with, most brands go London Dry Gin. At London Dry Gin, that's where we're starting, and then we're going to go flavoured gin, and then we're going to go liqueurs. You've not done that.
We've done the reverse. That's for sure.
So you have a gin. Is this the only one you have? The pink?
This is the only one we have. So you can see it there. So again, no artificial colours, no sugars in it. This is based on a London Dry originally. And we do that off-site. We haven't got the facility at the moment to do our own distilling. So I like to be honest with my customers and the people I'm talking to.
Well, we work with Wharf, I think, don't you?
Yeah, we work with Wharf on this one. But we do the final bit, which is the compounding, which is where our expertise is. So again, it is infused with fresh raspberries. So that's what gives it its colour. That's what gives it its taste. It's not a sweet gin. I'd be very interested to see what you think.
I can't do it now. I've had so many drugs today and been asleep for 4.5 hours. I can't do it now. It smells really nice. Can't do it now. It's a waste. It would be a waste. The temptation is too strong. We're too sat here with it. Okay, when did you launch the gin then?
So we launched that June last year, right in the middle of the pandemic, because hey, why not?
What else have we got to do?
And we also have it in our very nice little gift boxes.
Oh, that's cute. Somebody's just like the drawer.
So got a nice little pink on the inside.
They're not gift boxes, are they?
Oops, there we go.
That's it. That's a nice posh box.
Yeah, it was. I think for the sort of gifting, whether it's Christmas or anything else, it's a popular.
Yeah.
It's a nice gift.
Nice. So
Yeah.
how many? Right. I feel like quiz question. How many liqueurs have you got in your range? Go off the top of your head. Don't look.
12. I haven't got all of them in front of me.
Yeah. What have you got in front of you then? So you've got the ones. Which is your most popular?
So coffee's the biggest seller.
Mm,
Almera is very popular when it's available. The Mums is as well. The second one actually is raspberry. And a lot of people like to put that in like a Key Royale type thing. The ginger, actually, we've got a local bar to us who's done a cocktail with it, and they've made like a white Negroni type, but it's done with, so it's vodka, some Bianco vermouth, some dry vermouth, some of our ginger liqueur, and then some little bit of lemon in it, and that is really refreshing.
No, refreshing. Good word.
Refreshing.
Which is your favourite? Like, I know it's like picking your children, but we've all got.
Oh God, yeah. Now that depends on what mood I'm in.
Yeah, that's what I always say.
It is. I mean, we have a tradition actually, Marcelina and myself, when we're out and we start doing a fair or something else. We have to have a little coffee to start the day off. It doesn't matter if it's 8 o'clock in the morning, but hey. I am very partial to the ginger. The pink grapefruit is an interesting one. I actually wanted to do that myself because if you do a gin and tonic, you can just pop a little bit of that in there and it gives you that nice pink grapefruit tang.
What, you're adding pink grapefruit liqueur to a gin and tonic?
Yeah.
Christ alive. It's like poison. It's like positive poison. It's like poison. Oh my goodness. So they're all on Sip and Share. We're starting. I'm going to check. I know Lorna's already done it, but I'm going to have a look at these gift sets and make sure that we can enable it so that people can choose which one they want. If they have to do it.
Yeah, I think it's nice to be able to, because somebody might go, well, I hate whatever. So let's not put it in there and let's give customers a choice.
Yeah. So remind me of the almond one again. Just tell me about that. To the stones in a sieve. This is how I remember things.
Yeah, it's the stones. It's a bit. The stones are tiny. The stones are literally. They're not even a centimetre across. They're a little bit smaller than that.
It's not like a plum. In my head, it's like a plum stone, which is big, but it's tiny.
No, it's tiny. It is absolutely tiny.
I need some pictures, Simone. I need to see some pictures of this stuff.
I will have to send you some pictures.
Yeah, stones in a sieve with booze, because that one, almondy, that's what it is, almondy.
It absolutely tastes and smells of almonds. And as I say, if I would describe it as a Bakewell tart in a bottle. It really is a Bakewell tart in a bottle. It's great because it's different, and also we actually have a lot of people use it in cooking and stuff where people have allergies to nuts.
Do you know what? When people say that, I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Don't waste booze in your food.
Well, what can I say with my customers?
I know. I'm like that. Yeah, at a market, I'd be like, oh, that's such a really good idea. Just drink it. Just don't put nuts in your dinner if you're allergic, and drink the stuff instead. Oh, wait a minute. If they're allergic to nuts, can they drink that alcohol? Can they drink the boozy one with stones in?
Yeah, because it doesn't have any nuts in it. So all of our base products that we use, so our base alcohol is a beet-based one, so it's gluten-free and it's vegan as well.
Oh. I'm neither of those things, but I value the point.
Neither am I.
If you are vegan and gluten-free, you can still happily drink all of this, guilt-free, worry-free, concern-free. All my life. So the stones one, which I'm going to forever call it the stones one. So when I put a link to it in a bit, Lorna just
you can put it as the stones one. Let's say we made up the name Almera, which is Al from almonds, and Mera from a nispera, which is what the word is in Portuguese.
See, if this was on a pub quiz and you said to me, because I am absolutely shit with general knowledge, if you said to me, you sure? Where is Almera? Are you sure it's not a country? And I'm not even joking now.
No.
I would, or if in fact somebody would probably ask me what language do they speak in Almera, and I would say Almerese, and I would put it down as a real answer.
Okay, you're never coming on my pub quiz team.
No. I mean, I'm good for a laugh, but not at a quiz. No way. Almera. So Almera. So the ones I want now are, this is basically Lorna. Lorna, could you check these out on the shop for me, please? Almera, more coffee, and then Mum's winter warmer, and then we'll sort the gifts out. I'm only in this for myself, Simone, as long as everybody understands
That is good. I am impressed with your shelves.
Well, you're going on. You're going on here. You're going on the range. We're lining it up. Oh my goodness! Right. Anything else we need to know about Fabulous Drinks Company? What's next? I don't need to ask you what's next. Are you expanding? Are you doing a London Dry? What are you doing?
I think we will look at another gin. I want to try and bring the distilling in a house as well, because that's one of my passions to do.
Okay.
We bought out the raspberry gin because there's a lot of different flavored gins out there, and I'll be very careful how I say this.
Careful, don't worry. You don't have to be careful because
That are full of sugar, full of colorings, full of flavors, and they're just not very nice.
Yeah, we haven't got any of them. I'm really pleased to say.
Good.
Yeah, I agree. The thing that I think would be really interesting from a if you did a London Dry or another gin perspective is like go heavy on the old Madeira angle. Like really, because the thing that I'm constantly looking for and that makes my ears prick up is, yes, the story and the kind of the link with Madeira is really interesting. And like what botanicals, and I know how hard it is, you know, when someone says to me, I've got a USP in the gin space, and I'm like, But what is that interesting thing? Like that almond bit, I always think almonds are really interesting botanical, or that flavor profile that you've referenced with the made up Almera is an interesting one. Like what's that other thing that's really tied to your Santa Cruz? I think that's interesting, which is hard.
Yeah, because I mean, so we are the Fabulous Drinks Company, but we decided to split the brands, obviously because of Santa Cruz with a strong tie there. We have Royal Berkshire Gin because we are in Berkshire and the county is a royal county, so we are allowed to use that legally.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, that makes sense. I don't think it's a, you know, I can't imagine this is an either or situation because the Royal Berkshire Gin thing is really strong brand wise. Like that's a really strong link and local and all that jazz. But I think from a botanicals and a story perspective, having a gin that is really tied to Madeira.
Yeah, I think it's an interesting point of how being different and not another Me Too product.
Yeah. And the Santa Cruz and the Madeira thing is really strong and it's real, and Marcelino has all that. So you guys will know what happens in Madeira from a fruit and veg and spices and perspective. Yeah. I have no idea. And if you can educate the gin drinker through the gin about what's going on in Madeira, I think that's interesting. And it's, you know, you can do the Royal Berkshire Gin angle, and there's loads, you know, that's your farm shops and all the local ties. But how and there's always a challenge of how you take Royal Berkshire Gin outside of Berkshire, and you know the fact it's a royal county makes a big difference. But always looking for something interesting and edgy and that's out there. And as I said, the Madeira link's quite interesting. So anyway, now I've gone into, hey, let's develop a gin. On my life. Okay, right. So we need to see some pictures of stones. Need to know more about that.
We have to. You have to have some pictures of some stones and some pictures of Nespera or Loquat. And yeah, we are very proud of what we do. And as I say, we like to keep it local. I mean, obviously pink grapefruits don't grow in the UK, so for that we have to go outside. But as much as we possibly can, we use small companies. We use a small family company for our boxes. We use a small family company for our printing of our labels. And it's just, that's why I do it. I love it. I love it. You know, I think you don't do this to get rich. You do it because you love it.
I don't think anybody goes into the spirits game, and certainly not in the first 3 years, to be like, I'm going to make $1 million.
Oh, no.
It's like, yeah, there's a path to go. But no, I think, yeah, it's really good. I'm really glad you've joined Superchair.
I'm absolutely pleased to be doing this tonight. It's been excellent, really good.
Love it. And we will, the coffee's on at 20%. We'll make sure the tasting kits are sorted. I might send you a message after this saying, please, can we put a couple of more on at 20%, especially the big bottles.
I'm up behind the back now, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a yes, Lorna. That's basically a yes. Don't worry about it. Just do it on there. The FDA, forgiveness, not permission, and all that jazz. Yeah, we will see you. Well, let's do this again with Jim.
I would love to do this again.
Time. And we will get a tasting. Did I joke about us doing a tasting post-Christmas gin and cheese like we're doing with one other brand? Have you been involved in that? Did I joke about that with you?
Don't think so.
All the 21st of January in your diary if you're kicking around.
Because January is normally time to breathe.
Yeah, well, for us, it's time to drink gin and eat cheese together. But you can breathe and relax.
I love both.
Innit? Exactly. I'm all about the partnerships, all about the collaboration. All right, well, we will chat about that at a later date. But other than that, let's let everyone crack on with their Wednesday night.
Enjoy, and thank you.
You are very welcome. Right. See you later, everybody. Have a good weekend. Not weekend,
Bye.
the rest of the week and a weekend. Bye.